Akshay Marathi, let me start with you first. One can understand if there is unprecedented rainfall and cities sort of come to their knees because of that. Delhi has not seen any substantial rain since Monday night, Tuesday morning. Today we're talking about Friday. And today the city is still flooded. Large parts of the Yamuna have overflown, whether it's Red Fort or Ring Road or Rajghat. I mean, surely, A, this could have been better anticipated and prepared for, and B, who is to be held accountable for this? Because it's not the rain, it's just bad dam and water management.
Zaka, you have asked a very important question that at a time in Delhi when there is almost no rainfall for the last 5 days, when you don't have any localized source of waterlogging and flooding, why is it that the people of Delhi are still having to face a flood? And I think the answer to this question lies in simple common sense and simple understanding of how the geographic terrain of North India works. You have a situation where we are experiencing a climatic catastrophe in Himachal Pradesh and Haryana. We have experienced unprecedented rainfall all across North India. And all of that water eventually has to flow downstream. There is no other way it can flow. So if it rains in Himachal and Haryana, it will flow into Delhi, and from Delhi, it will flow into Uttar Pradesh. There is nothing that you or me can do about that. But what we can do is to use the resources at our command and try and divert the flow of water as much as possible. And what we suspect has happened, what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying may have happened, is that in Haryana, where you have the Hathni Kund barrage, from where there are three water outlets. One is the main flow of the river Yamuna that goes into Delhi. One is the flow that goes into Uttar Pradesh, which is through a canal.
Okay.
And another is another canal that also goes into Haryana. So of these three outlets, only the main flow of the river Yamuna has been remained open for the last 4 days. And only after we raised an alarm that why aren't you using these two canals to divert the flow of the Yamuna, have they now opened up these two canals and now the river water has subsided. You have seen the last 1 day or so, the levels of Yamuna have actually begun to slowly come down.
Okay.
So it is actually a very important question for all of us to look at.
Okay,
how
so
do we
let me
manage
ask
the flow of
Vinit
water when a
Goenka
natural
this, that
disaster
if
like
the
this
rains
happens?
have stopped for the last 5 days, the Aam Aadmi Party is alleging that the barrages are open only towards the Delhi side, not to the UP side. Is this a man-made crisis and a man-made disaster, Mr. Goenka?
Zaka, Ram Ram to you, to my co-panelists, and Ram Ram to all the viewers who are watching me right now. The real reason are three. One, the encroachment which has been done in the Yamuna post 2014-15 once the state government of Aam Aadmi Party has come. Your own channel and your own show had shown how UP government had to intervene and evacuate the squatters who, under the garb of taking the land, been promoted by the Aam Aadmi Party MLA near Okhla. So this can be seen by anybody who travels on DND. The bucket of the Yamuna has come down, it has become shallow because of multiple reasons. One, encroachment. Two, is the dumping of the waste trucks so that the trucks don't go to Gajipur. The plastic which has been dumped, controlled and been organized, deliberately been done. Number three is that 800 odd nalas which carry the sewage and the chemicals in the Yamuna which blocks the percolation and the entire thing. The capacity of the bucket of the Yamuna within Delhi has reduced to 1/3. You can check any geospatial data. Number two, on the people of Aam Aadmi Party who don't understand science. Hathni River, which is on 30.18 east and 77.35 north latitude, it has got more than 10 gates. If you understand basic things, when the water flows from upstream, if it carries a boulder, it comes down only. The canals are opened only when there is an irrigation system, and the canals cannot carry more than 9,000 cubic of water. The current capacity of the water which is traveling from upstream is not less than 110,000 liters. You understand? Not even 1% can be diverted. Number two, when the water is not been drawn by the farmer, which will not be drawn right now because there are rains, the tail end will come back to Yamuna. So this logic is flawed. If they basically would have understood basic 8th standard geography, they would have not come up with this argument. The
Okay.
problem is the corruption. Where is that 6,800? Let me complete, sir. Let me complete. Where is that 6,800 crore rupees which they have shown us to be spent on Yamuna cleaning for last 8 years? They have to give you this accounts of 6,800 crore rupees. Number 3, they are into a habit of blaming it on somebody else. See, when there is a COVID, they say central government जो है oxygen लेके आएगा. If there is a pollution, they used to say Punjab and Haryana. Thankfully, Punjab has gone to them. Now the problem of pollution only comes from Haryana. The moment there was a power shortage, they said coal comes from central government. Central government has to provide for that. Drinking water shortage is there. Haryana will give it. If the drinking water is bad, then Haryana.
No, I get all of that. I get all of that. I need to ask you. I need to ask you this question. I need to ask you this question. Vinit Goenka, I need to ask you this question. Aam Aadmi Party is alleging, and you can respond to the Aam Aadmi Party. They are saying only the barrage towards Delhi is being opened. The barrage towards Uttar Pradesh is not being opened. Respond to that. This is their allegation. It's a big allegation.
I have the figures also, Zaka. If you
One
like.
sec. Your name is not Vinit Goenka. Let Vinit Goenka respond.
Thank you, Jaka, for asking this again. Two things. One, question has to be asked to the perpetrator of the crime. There should be, there should be an inquiry conducted and culpable homicide should be levied against them. A, because the 6,800 crore rupees which they have been showing on the papers have been totally been gulped by them. A. B, Hatni particular barrages don't hold water. Sir, basic understanding of science, they don't hold water, they just divert the water. And I told you, it cannot divert more than 9,000 cubic. Please understand. And the current flow is 1,10,000 cubic. What is the percentage? Not even 1% can be diverted. So 99% will come down. And when there is a heavy flow, the boulders come down in it. No barrage captain will ever stop the water to flow. Number 3, and for assuming, for God's sake, if you tell me, if I want to assume that the water will be diverted, it will come back from the tail end. I am giving you details which are there in this science. And if you understand geospatial, please take out the photograph and let us ask them, किसने यमुना में गंदगी फैलाई? So if you see two comparative photographs of 2014 February and now, you will understand the hectares and hectares of land where they have constructed buildings.
So
buildings by the MLAs of Aam Aadmi Party responsible for this. They have reduced the capacity.
You gave rampant permission for farmhouses and buildings to come on the floodplains. You have not desilted the drains. To say that, Haryana is just releasing water into Delhi, that is just half the story. The other half of the story is what you should have done, and you've not done that. Therefore, Delhi is flooded today.
Zaka, let me answer point by point. Number 1, when it comes to desilting of drains, I'm saying on record, you can send your reporters and check all the desilting of drains has been completed by the Aam Aadmi Party government. When it comes to the floodplains of the Yamuna, you very well know, Zaka, that land in Delhi is a central subject. So if you want to point fingers, you have to point fingers at the central government itself. So the BJP spokesperson has actually brought to light a very important issue, that there is land encroachment going on. The police and the DDA, both of which are directly run by the central government of the Bharatiya Janata Party, have been caught napping. Thank you, Mr. Goenka, for bringing it to national attention. Point number 3, when it comes to the question of the flow of Yamuna, I actually have the figures in front of me, Zaka. I have figures from 12th July, 12 p.m. It says 1,36,274 cusecs of water have been let through per hour. Similarly, in 2 days after we have been raising this alarm, now the figure has come down to 50,000 to 60,000 cusecs. So how is it that when they have been able to reduce the flow of water today, after Aam Aadmi Party has raised an alarm, why didn't they do the same 2 days ago when the clear warning signs were visible to everybody?
Okay, so let me ask